All right, yo, what's up, fellas? My name's Patrouski. This is day 2 of the Halloween event in PokeMMO 2024. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of things going on. Day 1 was super hectic. I covered a lot of things, made as many guides as possible, including swarm mechanic explanations, everything to do in the Halloween event, a pumpkin guide, and there's so much more to do and so much more to cover. I'm going to try my best to just kind of chill out today, honestly, and play the event, grind the event, and learn more about it. So we're just grinding the event and learning more. One of the things I actually really wanted to learn about, which Rumel just taught me, is looking at the spooky beanie on the GTL. So the spooky beanie is apparently the reward for completing the swarms thing, which is what I talked about. I was like, I bet there is a vanity that you get from completing it, turning in as as many swarms as it is. Do we know how many swarms you need to turn in for this? Because that's amazing. So there's the spooky beanie, which is a reward from completing all the swarms, as well as a Kitsune mask, which is a reward for completing all the cats, the pump cats, I believe. All the vanities, this is easily the best year of vanities I've ever seen. I played PokeMMO for, what is it? I can't do math. 2013, 11 years. I think this is the coolest. These are like, it's actually so impressive that every vanity can be so good. Like, yeah, best event that I've seen. I think most people think that this is the best event to ever happen in PokeMMO. And my previous best event was probably the 10th anniversary event, but I feel like this beats it out. That one holds a place of nostalgia in my heart, but this event, there's just so much to do. There's something for everybody, in my opinion. One of my favorite things about PokeMMO updates and event releases like this, and we're really experiencing this, is just like learning the event together. Like, there's a fair amount of information that I know, but there's so much that I don't know. And someone in chat, they're asking great questions, like simple things, like, oh, like, what does the lock button entail? And I don't even know. I haven't really tested it. I haven't tried breeding from the PC or that UI. Someone mentioned, do you need all 5 regions for pump cats? I don't really know. I know a lot of things. I know how to find the pump cats, and I did a guide on that just recently, but there are so many great questions from chat today that we're all kind of, and we kind of snowball the information. It's very fun. I feel like playing events and things like that during the release of them in PokeMMO is so important. It's such a beautiful way to enjoy the game, and I can't encourage people enough to like play the events as they happen, or play like a region release as it happens. It's a totally different experience in PokeMMO. In your opinion, should we keep or open goodie bags, Pat? In my opinion, there's 2 different options when it comes to most items in the Halloween event, or in events in general. You can either keep them as an investment or sell them immediately, and I think neither of those options are wrong. And the third option is open them or gamble for fun, and it's not wrong if you want to do that. I have an insomnia, I'm goofy. There's nothing wrong with that. More power to you. I don't encourage it. Yeah, someone said Gamba away. I don't encourage people to open or like Gamba their products, mysterious dust balls, goodie bags, etc. It's you usually just make less Pokeyen and make less in the long run. If you're okay with paying for entertainment, then more power. More power to you. Go for it. But I usually encourage people to make the smarter, safer decision of either saving it for an investment or just selling it now for really solid, decent profit. Usually what I do during events is I sell everything in the first half of the event, and then I buy whatever investments or items that I want to have for personal reasons during the second half of the event. What is up, Coopster? Thank you for the 24. You're a beast. Someone said egg. Sorry, no, not eggs. Goodie bags are super cheap right now. Should I stock up if I plan to hold them for a long time? You could honestly keep selling and wait, in my opinion. I could be wrong, don't take it as for sure financial advice, but historically, goodie bags will bottom out at around 4 to 5K. It's only, like, the event has only been out for less than 24 hours, right? If this price is already hit less than 24 hours, I think this will keep going down. I think that there is so much more supply that is still going to come into the game. Most people haven't even gotten off work. Like, most people, the event came out so late last night, they probably couldn't play it, and it's still only 4 p.m. now. The majority of PokeMMO players probably haven't even played the event yet. They're still at work. The casual player has to get off work at 5 or 6 and then come play. So, like, most people haven't even touched the event yet. So I would think way more supply is coming. I think the price will continue to drop I wouldn't say drastically, but probably around to like 4 or 5K. Yeah, Isaac says, I made a mil by playing the first day. I'm so happy to hear it, dude. I heard so many people saying they made 800K, 1 mil, 1.2 mil, etc. during the first few hours of the event. I was really happy to see a lot of people were able to get in very early and make a ton of Pokeyen, which is awesome to see. Speaking of, let me go collect the Pokeyen that I have. Some of this, it's funny, some of these are Pokemon selling that I listed, well before the events, right? Like this Bronzong and Aerodactyl. Like, this was from the, I think this was actually maybe from the money making, like the 0 to 20 mil challenge. But a lot of this things are Aerodactyls. Like, people need good IV Pokemon for the event, so a lot more things are selling, which is awesome to see the market kind of giving a massive boost. Okay, I can confirm. Someone said that they weren't getting mysterious dust balls when turning in Pokemon to these. I can confirm that you do. I just did. It should be the same as this girl, which this exact same event happened in a previous event, but in a different way, in different form. If you trade in like 20 to 25 swarm Pokemon to her, she will eventually ask you to give specific Pokemon to the kids. And if you keep trading them in, once again, that will eventually get you to the spooky Beanie, which is super expensive right now. So rushing to this and selling it for 6 mil might be an insane strategy. Yes, I'm also selling dust balls. Mysterious balls are one of those things that it's like whether to buy or sell, or whether to like buy them to keep and hold for an investment or sell them is like one of the hardest decisions to make during an event, because you just don't know what the base price should be. I haven't seen any super unique shinies in them so far. I've seen Ariados, Dusk, like I've seen like typical like Halloween Pokemon. I haven't seen Spirit Tomb. I would guess that maybe Spirit Tomb is the rare in them, but I haven't seen that. So if there's not like any rare in the dust balls, it really hurts the value a lot. We're gonna go do a Zubat swarm because that's perfect timing for me to get that to consume. There is confirmation there's Umbreon in the mysterious dust balls. That's a big deal because at least a rare. Like an Eevee is pretty massive. I got Deano and Larvitar in mind. Unfortunately, both of those are still like ×5 hordes nowadays. Obviously, Larvitar is 2080, so I mean it's, you know, not like a common shiny, but like not like a rare. Uncommon, I guess. But yeah, good to know. I appreciate the I haven't seen those, so I appreciate the calls, guys. How do you hide the players like that? I can't see the swarm Pokemon. Great question, and I have the exact same problem. You can go to the video settings and change the player render limit from unlimited to 1, and it allows you to see certain spawns like this much easier. It's really important to know that in events like this. This is a great question. Can you predict how much Shadow Cape will cost? It's very hard to predict the price of an ultra rare, but for reference, we saw it yesterday listed for the first time for 150 mil, and then we saw it down to 80 mil, and then I think someone was like, oh, like, I'm gonna buy one because I think it'll go up to like 100 mil after the event. And I was like, well, no, I told them, I was like, no, wait, like I promise you. I was like, when it was 80 mil, I was like, I promise you, I bet this will drop to at least 20 mil by the end of the event. It's already down to 13 mil in like 10 hours, right? There's so much time. There's so many people playing this event. It wouldn't surprise me if the ultra rare continues to drop. We'll have to see. It's very cool, obviously. It's still day 1 technically. It's less than 24 hours of the event being live. If I had to like get, it's so hard to guess what this will drop to. Anywhere from like 2 to 8 mil. It's a big range to cover my ass because it's just so hard. But I would say like 2 to 8 mil, somewhere between that range. It's dropped a ton already, and will probably continue to drop as more and more players. Once again, I said before, it's 4:40 p.m. on Halloween, right? The average player, right, hasn't even logged in yet. The update happened at like 10 p.m. midnight last night. They had to go to bed. They had work tomorrow. They couldn't play in the morning. They had to go to work. So they go to work. They might get off work at 5 or 6 p.m. They have to like come home, play Pokemon for 2 hours, take their kids to fucking trick or treat at like 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Like the average player hasn't even played the event yet. There is going to be so much more supply flooded into the game of everything, and it's really important to keep that in mind. Dude, there was so much added in this event, Rohan. You made a great point. Like, some people are just glossing over massive things, like, or like not even massive, but just like small little positive things. Or like the ability to bike in the Johto Safari. That was a massive, like, people wanted that for a while, and that was a nice little change to make that like a little more comfortable. There's been so many changes like that that are just being glossed over that, like, in previous updates would have been a lot more significant. Obviously not the craziest thing in the world, but it's pretty nice, and it's a nice little thing to see them have eyes on and change. Yeah, quality of life changes are always welcome, in my opinion. Absolutely. I think a game that spends time focusing on quality of life is a game that persists and lasts long term. I think a game that shrugs off quality of life to only focus on big updates and big flashy things to get new players, that's a game that dies usually. That's like a big thing that the RuneScape community, old school, constantly talked about. And PokeMMO is, the devs are so good about focusing on quality of life and constantly doing these little updates. I think it's very good for the game's consistent long-term success, which is what it's shown to have. This is a great way to put it, Neo. The last update was both an event and an update, breeding, and fossil. One is going to change the game well after the Halloween is over. That's the big thing, is like, we just have to wait and see. We don't know how much the game has changed. We're so busy with the Halloween event, we don't even know how much more it's going to affect the game in a positive way in the long term, which is really, I mean, it's exciting, man. It's just really exciting. This is a great question. Is there any reason to rebattle the Pumpkin? Honestly, given the price of special candies right now, I don't think so, right? Special candies are actually really, really expensive, like 100K or so. I don't think you're actually making any profit. You're probably losing money. Yeah, they're 70, 80K. You're actually losing money to fight the Pumpkin, unless you're doing it on hard mode. The only way is hard mode. Hard mode probably gives you a decent amount of profit. But that is, yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind, that like in previous years, farming the Pumpkin is generally profitable. They really switched up the way that Spooky and Special Candy worked this year, and that change made it so that the average player who just wants to farm fight kids or farm the mini bosses, those players are actually making way more money than in previous years, versus the only like the veteran players or players, not even veteran, but like people who have the PVM team built to do the pumpkin boss. So it's a pretty interesting change to see, which favors the average and casual player. Pat, what do you think Strange Chunks will do? This is a great question. Historically, right? Am I gonna get fucked here? No, I'm fine. I don't want to go to, wait, what's happening? Okay. Historically, defeating raids during an event like this gets you a small little piece of something, and then you would combine all of those pieces to create one big thing, and then use it to encounter a legendary. This is how Shaman works and how Shaman was introduced, right? You would run around, do all these raids, get all of like these little flower pieces or whatever, combine all these dead flowers to make one big flower, and then consume it to catch Shaman. So I'm guessing that after a few days, we still don't, it's amazing. People don't realize we don't have all the content yet. The content is still rolling out for the Halloween event. I'm going to guess that after 6 days or so, I'm betting that we'll see a new raid appear tonight at around 8 or 10 p.m. ET, like similar to when the event was dropped and similar to like midnight UTC. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's a new raid that drops tonight. And on top of that, it wouldn't surprise me if eventually you want to consume all of those chunks or whatever to catch something like Darkrai or Cresselia. I would bet that there is a, or maybe something, I don't know. I would bet there's a new mythical or legendary Pokemon that is going to be catchable during this Halloween event. Hey, Pat, what was your favorite costume you've ever worn? Dude, I haven't dressed up for Halloween in a long time. I think one year when I was like really young, like I want to say like 7 or 8 years old, I was like the Grim Reaper and had like a big scythe. But I was like, okay, I wasn't just the Grim Reaper. I'm sorry. I had a big black silk cloak and then a scythe like the Grim Reaper, but then I had an alien mask. So I was like, I don't know, bro. Like just very like kid brained. I was like alien Grim Reaper. So that was my favorite costume ever, probably. Hey Patrouski, I stopped playing after I ruined the Waterstone economy for a couple of weeks. What is that? You are my favorite kind of player. What do you mean you ruined the Waterstone economy? I think it is one of the funniest things in MMOs when a player has this extremely creative, somewhat disruptive, menacing idea to like mess with a niche economy, or like that is very funny to me. I need more details on your Waterstone economy destruction. This is coming from the Waterstone Economy Destroyer. I hoarded blue shards and waterstones and dumped when the mons dropped like a Starmie horde or something like that. Blue shards can be traded in Pokemon Emerald for waterstones. They sold for like 2 to 3K a piece, and I got them for like I got them up to like 4,500 a shard, and then got the waterstone market to only be my sales at like 5K waterstone, which is 1 Pokeyen cheaper. I had a whole Excel spreadsheet and tracked like every sale. After like 2 weeks, I got bored, but it was truly hilarious. I love cornering a market like Waterstones. Is very funny and very impressive to me. Just for like the small Pokeyen gain, that's amazing. Here, I actually want to add something to this list. Somebody brought up the idea of a fog machine. I don't remember now, but I like the idea of buying something for the stream as one of, this is my Shunting Punishment list. So every amount of encounters that I go dry, I have to do a certain challenge. This I'm not doing anymore. This was part of Shiny Wars. This whole list has to get rehauled, honestly, a fair bit. Every 10K I do a randoms. 30K I have to make some Pokeyen. 50K we got the wife a present recently. This is what I have so far, but I want to add something to this list. I don't know how many encounters it should be. I almost want to change Eat an Olive up to 80K, but I feel like people will get mad if I kind of want to though. I'm sorry, people will be upset about this. I understand. Maybe for 60K, for the next 60K dry, I will just do both. But for now, I'm going to change it. 60K equals buy something for stream. This could be a decorative piece to put in the background of the stream. This could be a better microphone, boom arm, webcam. I don't know what it'll entail, but we're gonna buy something for stream every time we go 60K drive from now on. Hey Pat, how are you not feeling the lag? I actually can't move in game. I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't really had any lag issues, thankfully, on the servers. The main thing I've seen is people have like problems logging in, obviously, in server queues, which makes total sense. Very normal during events like this. I haven't seen much actual server lag personally, which is honestly amazing to see. I'm gonna turn in some Swarmons. I need Zubat, Drifloon, Pooch, Sableye. Zubat, Drifloon, Pooch, Sableye. This is how I do it, but I always forget. Zubat, I've got Drifloon. I don't think I have Pooch or Sableye. I have almost a full box. That's the tough thing about needing specific Swarmons. It definitely slows things down a ton. You can still go ahead and do this. Go ahead and see. So just turn these in. Every 5 a spin rack, I have that. You should still get mysterious dust balls as well. I'm really curious to see. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to count, but curious to see how many it'll take to go for that spooky beanie, which would probably be a fair bit, like maybe close to 100 or more. I really wish you could consume Pokemon to these guys from your PC. That would make it so much easier. I have such bad memory with like running back and forth, constantly grabbing Pokemon. So now I have to go grab, like, I think I have it, Misdrevious and Ekans, right? So I have to like run back. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know, but I feel like it would be so much nicer. Ekans, I feel like it'd be so much nicer to be able to, I feel like it'd be so much nicer to be able to turn in Pokemon consumed from the PC as opposed to bringing them directly like this. But getting some more done. I did get another mysterious dust ball. I haven't seen a Gligar swarm yet. Someone said that those are very hard to catch. And got another mysterious dust ball. Nice. I haven't seen a Duskull swarm either. I did have some Sableyes I turned in earlier, Pooches, so now I'm fully blocked off again. So I do have a box of Pokemon that I'm collecting, obviously, from swarms, but there's gonna be a lot of times like this where you just get blocked off. And it's really important to remember, this is something I learned from previous events by doing this, right? You want to still catch every swarm Pokemon. Just because, like, oh, I have, you know, a fair amount of Zubats or whatever, I don't want to just stop catching Zubat swarms because I don't see any on the kids' things right now. Like, eventually that will come up. Like, you do want to keep catching all swarms possible for a fair bit until you have, like, a large stock of all of, like, a large stock of all of them, like 20 or so. Okay, unfortunately, I do have to call the stream really early. Only a 2-hour stream today. I will try to be live maybe later when possible, but I want to go prepare for Halloween. I have some candy to give out to some kids and hopefully fucking make some people happy. So I'm going to go. Peace out. I'm going to grind the event later. I hope you guys have the best of luck grinding the event. Have fun doing all the pump cats, doing the wisps, doing the swarms. I've been really enjoying those. Like the stream recaps and all the videos if you enjoy them. Dislike if you aren't. That's totally okay. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos and tons of guides and videos covering the Halloween event. Follow me on Twitch for streams like this whenever possible during the event, usually Monday through Friday. And that's it. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Enjoy the event. Enjoy PokeMMO. Have fun. It's a really exciting time. Peace Reno, fellas. Hey, what's up? Patrouski here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me, and if your name is listed here, that means you went above and beyond and supported the channel financially, which allows me to even be here and have the time to do this. So thank you so very much.